Hello once again, and thank you for joining us here at Free to Become Me channel. We ask as usual that you like, subscribe, share, and do follow. Enjoy the video. Hello everyone, thank you for joining us. Can you guys believe it's actually been, August just went by. August 2025 makes 2 years since we bought this property in Belize. It's for those of you who might not know, but it's 3.75 acres that we bought. We moved from Florida to Belize, and I cannot believe it's been over 2 years. The time really went by real quick. There's also additional, it was actually 7.5 acres, but part of that we actually sold to a family member of ours. So we actually divided the property right down the middle in half, and we cleared 1.75 acres for us to live on and to grow fruits, and then the other 2 acres, which is sitting over there behind me, is undecided what we're gonna do with that. And then this part down here, down the street behind me and over there, that is the other 3.75 acres that I sold to a family member. But yeah, it's been over 2 years that we've actually been in Belize. It's amazing. And the question is now, do I think we made the right choice moving over here? After experience everything I've experienced and everything we've went through, I would definitely say yes. It's definitely worth it, and I think it was the right decision. I'll break that down for y'all a little bit further. Keep in mind that me and my wife, there's nothing like super special about us. We're just normal people that are seeking all the same things. We're seeking to just live a peaceful, enjoyable life, debt-free, of course, and we just want to, do the things that are called by us, by our Father, Abba Yah, and just be happy, So for us, moving to Belize was definitely a spiritual move. It's not something like we planned like many years ago, and then we finally got the guts to say let's go. But as things went on more and more, we learned more and more about life, and then working every day. And it seems like sometimes when you're living in the US, you don't really see where a lot of your money goes, because I think most of it, honestly, to me, most of it goes in taxes and fees and all kind of stuff. So after a while, we just wanted to find somewhere in the world where we can cash in everything we have in the US, move somewhere that's peaceful and quiet, where our money can stretch and go long, and we wouldn't have to be working to survive, but let our money work for us, and that's what we found in Belize. It's very peaceful. We're staying up in the Corazon area, which is like the northernmost part of Belize. So most of the things that I speak about is going to be in reference mostly to Corazon. Now keep in mind, we have gone to the very bottom. If you look at our other videos, we've gone to the very south, which is Punta Gorda. We've gone to Hopkins, and we've gone way out west to San Ignacio and some of the other cities over there, and of course central Belize and so forth. So we've traveled the whole place before we made our decision on actually living in Corazon. Since we've been living in Belize, we have met many other couple and families. I haven't met anyone with kids, but mostly it seems like most people are usually, say, 50 and up, because I think we are one of the younger couples here that you find that move from the US or Canada or somewhere else. But most people are usually 50 and up, and I think, you know, they all seem to have a similar story. They wanted to find somewhere that they can retire peacefully and let their money stretch, you know, throughout the rest of their lifetime. We, on the other hand, we didn't have like all these millions of dollars in the bank, and no, we just sold everything, sold the house, the cars, everything, and we just tried to do everything cash moving forward so we can stay debt free. And that was our big plan. And it was a lot of praying, a lot of fasting before we actually made the leap. But we are happy. I can say after 2 years, we are happy with living in Corazon. Now, after being away this long, there are some things you do miss. You do miss your family, because I do miss my kids a lot. Even though they have lived in a different state from me for several years, but still, just knowing I can't just see them when I want that easy. I mean, it's not that hard, because I mean, there are flights from here, direct flights from here to Atlanta and Florida and Houston and stuff like that. So it's like it's not like I can't pick up and go see them still. But you do miss family and friends, all your friends you made that, you know, there are in the States, because we don't have any like close-knit friends here yet. We have met you know, a few of our neighbors, and some of them are pretty cool. I must say, yeah, they're pretty cool. But we haven't put a lot of time into making a lot of friendships, you know. A lot of the things we enjoy about living in Belize, one is the fresh foods and the access to fresh foods without any chemicals and so forth. Like I was speaking with a gentleman I met the other day, and he's from the US, he's from California and Atlanta, but his name is Ed, and he was saying the same thing when it comes to the food here. Without, you know, you could tell they have the pesticides and all that stuff, and you could tell the difference in the taste of a lot of the vegetables and fruits and stuff like that. That's one thing I love about living in Belize. Yeah, another thing is a stress-free life here, you know. Because, you know, everything in the States or abroad usually requires some kind of fee. Everything you want to do, if you want to go fishing, you got to get a permit, and you got to do all this other stuff. And a lot of things here, it doesn't have a dollar attached to it, you know. And then it's a very peaceful, quiet place. Like, look, I'm outside. You can't hear anything. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Can you hear anything? I can hear a bird. That's it. I can look up in the sky and see birds and stuff, but that's it. You don't hear anything. You don't see anything. It's just a very peaceful life. And the stress level, for those of you that may be suffering from all kind of many kind of disease and sickness or whatever, or stress, this is a good spot to be. After a few weeks or a few months, you're gonna definitely notice a difference in your body from the way you're eating and just from the environment of it being so peaceful and stress-free. Another thing I like about Belize is the cost of the homes and properties and land. It is possible to buy land here and build a house all together for under $100,000. Don't let no one fool you. It is possible. It is possible. It depends on how small you want to go, and you know what I'm saying, and the things you must have, and you know. But of course, there are $1 million homes here as well. You know, some people still want to live a little more elaborate. And the good thing is too, like I said before, the taxes are awesome here. I mean, very low compared to anywhere else in the world that I know of. So that's another good thing. Oh yeah, I have to give a shout out to my Yankees. Go Yankees. I hope we can do it this year. Yeah, but so overall, I'm happy to be in Belize. I can see me living here for many more years, as well as maybe, you know, finding another spot somewhere else so I can have more than one home in 2 different locations in the world, and travel back and forth and see other things. But I'm really loving Belize, really do. One of the things, next things I like to have added to my life here in Belize is perhaps maybe buying a boat, or I might even wait until I just get back to the U.S. sometime and just buy a boat. It's something I really want to do because I really like fishing. I like the peace it brings, and that's another element I would like to add living here is being able to go out on the water and relaxing, and plus I know that'll make some great videos, fishing on the water and the sunsets and everything. So that's something definitely I like to add to this experience. A big part of living in Belize, it gave me the opportunity to learn more about me, Ronnie, because when you have this much time on your hands and this much peace and quiet, you know, and you're studying, you're reading your word, and you have all this time to yourself, you learn more and more about yourself, about who you honestly are, and you can be more truthful about your life and your choices and everything, because you have all that peaceful, quiet time to think about things, you know. And that's one thing I can't take away from actually living here. And I've learned a lot, you know, physically as well, because I've learned a lot about fixing stuff. I mean, in the U.S., I had the opportunity to fix certain little equipment and certain things, but here, you know, you don't find as easy people to fix stuff here for you. So the best thing is read and learn to fix stuff yourself, because I never messed with a well or a well pump and learned all the intricacies about it until I got here. And even building the foundation for my house, you know, I did it all by myself, a one-man job. You know, I had never done nothing like that by myself. I've done a little basic construction stuff, you know, maybe a little sidewalk and stuff like that. That's nothing, you know. But so I've learned a whole lot, a little bit of everything. So now I can actually say I can do a little bit of this, a little bit of electricity, carpentry, plumbing, you know, drywall, and I didn't really even know how much I loved carpentry and working with wood until I just didn't have a choice over here, and I just kept building stuff and doing stuff. So I really learned a whole lot over here while living in Belize. So I thank God for that. Well, I said I wasn't gonna make this video too long. I just wanted to give you guys a 2-year update on my thoughts of us since we're now in Belize over 2 years. Who would have thought? Well, actually, I would have thought, because that was the thought coming into it. So it was gonna actually move here and stay. So, but, you know, sometimes after things happen, you start second guessing once in a while. You know, when things don't go our way, you know how we are. We like things to be easy all the time, but there's no learning when things are just easy and goes your way all the time. You know what I mean? So yeah, so that's about it. That's all I'm gonna run by you guys. Anyone else is thinking on doing this journey, if you have any questions or anything, always leave it in the comment, you know, let us know, and we'll be glad to answer any tips. But if anyone else is thinking on moving to Belize, as far as the country, you know, Belize itself, I don't go for it. I don't have any you know, nothing negative to say. If you feel you're being led to do this as well, do it. Well, that brings us to the end of another episode. We thank you for joining us, and as usual, if you haven't done so yet, please like, subscribe, and follow.